It's time for Around the Ozarks Sports Scene, sponsored by Thompson Sales, Fast Break Sports, and The Pitch. Here's your host, Scott Purrier.
Welcome into another edition of Around the Ozarks Sports Scene. I am Scott Purrier. As always, appreciate you tuning in this week as we talk with the newsmakers in local sports. Big thank you to our sponsors, Fast Break Sports, The Pitch Pizza and Pub, and Thompson Sales. And we're going to be joined later on in the podcast by Miles Thompson of Thompson Sales to talk about their 106-year anniversary sale going on this month out at Thompson. So stay tuned for that. Our special guest this time is a second-time guest, but a first time with video now, so the pressure's on as we get to see what he looks like. But always a pleasure to visit with Kellen Lindstrom, the former Glendale High School football standout who just finished his first season as a redshirt at the University of Tennessee and is getting ready for a big redshirt freshman campaign. Kellen, thanks for joining me.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
You bet. You're in Knoxville now as we speak, right? Have you been there all summer?
Pretty much all summer. We get a little bit of break in May and then a little bit for the 4th. And then next week we get to go home for a couple of days. But overall, just spending the majority of summer here.
Did it take a little? I mean, because last time we talked, I think you had just literally moved to Knoxville. Mm-hmm. It was midway through your senior year at Glendale. You graduated early to go participate in spring drills. How long does the homesickness thing last, and how did you overcome it?
Well, the homesickness doesn't quite go away ever. Whenever I'm in Knoxville, it kind of feels like a job in some aspects of it. But I mean, love it here. Obviously, it's a great place, great environment. But I'd say the homesickness lasted until probably the season, and then once season started, it was kind of just it's go time. We're rolling pretty much. Like there's no time to even think about going home.
Did your parents make it out to most games, a few games? What was their schedule?
They made it out to most games. With Peyton and softball, it was a little difficult because the seasons kind of conflicted. So sometimes my mom would come, sometimes my dad would come, and they both made it out to a couple games.
Well, for those who aren't familiar with Kellen from his story, all-state player at Glendale, kind of in football, at least, kind of a late bloomer, a guy that came on really late in his career to become a prospect that had, I believe, 23 or 26 Division I offers, 7 SEC schools offered, wound up choosing Tennessee, graduating at semester of his senior year at Glendale to go on out to Knoxville and participate, as we said, in spring drills, spring training, the summer, and then first season on the field last year. You know, the nice new redshirt rules are that you can play up to 4 games and still keep your red shirt. You got into 3 games. Kind of talk about that and what that experience was like. Did you feel a little bit like Rudy the first time you ran out on the field at Neyland Stadium and heard 110,000 cheering?
Oh, absolutely. I was very fortunate enough to get in on the first game against Chattanooga. Of course, it was a very, very hot game. It was 95 degrees, but I got in with a minute or so left in the game. It was really unreal experience running out for the first time. I mean, people talk about Neyland Stadium and running out of the tee, but until you actually experience it as a player, there's nothing that compares to it. It's just a surreal feeling.
Did you find yourself kind of looking up throughout the game and just taking it all in for the most part?
A little bit in the first game, yes. And then I got to play versus Kent State, I think week 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. We had a couple guys go down, and I ended up being third string for the game. Played, got in before halftime, and played the whole entire second half. And the whole time when I'm playing, I'm trying to keep my head down so I don't look up and get nervous. I'm trying to just focus on what I got to do.
Well, you had four tackles, and I think you ran for 19 snaps in that game. So that was your most extensive experience. Then you got in late. You guys played in November. I'm trying to think who the opponent was. You got into that one. UTEP, yeah, and a few snaps in that one.
Yes.
Talk about just the difference, you know, that first year of what you were used to in high school football versus stepping on the field at with Tennessee and the SEC?
Nothing. I don't think there's really a good comparison. It's a total different like step up. I mean, it's something that I kind of expected from all the visits I went on, but until you're actually there and experience it and really like you're involved with it, you have no idea what the difference is between the two. And I think me graduating early and going in the spring was a huge advantage for me because I get essentially, I think I said this in the last time, but pretty much I get the full season of football before fall camp starts and the real season gets going.
I remember when we talked, it was before you guys had actually started official spring drills, and you were still trying to figure out where classes were. And I think you'd lost weight. I think you were down to about 225, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see at least they list you at 240 now. Are you legit 6'5", 240?
I am legit 5'6", 240. It's funny enough, I had a physical yesterday and I finally broke that 6'5" range. I've always been 6'4" to 7'8", 6'4" and 3/4, but I finally peaked over to 6'5".
Have you fluctuated on the weight side at all, or have you been keeping it around that 240?
I fluctuate a little bit between 237 to 240, but just trying to be more consistent is a big thing for me, where the minimum's 240 and trying to get up to 245 is my goal.
Is that the max that they want you at? It's probably 245-ish.
I think we had a guy last year that was up to 250, 255, but I think for my body, like 245, 250 would be kind of the perfect weight. That way I can keep my speed and also gain strength too.
Kellen is what is called a rush end. It's a combination, a hybrid defensive end and linebacker. Technically, they call it a Leo linebacker, right?
Yes, sir.
What does that mean in terms of your defined role when you get on the field?
So as a Leo, we do a lot of things. My coach likes to say that we do it all pretty much. We're on the defensive line. We're playing with the defensive line as a front. Certain plays we're back out as a middle linebacker. Some plays we're out as an outside linebacker, guarded up on the second receiver, dropping back into coverage. And occasionally we have to take the running back man to man.
So you got to be one of the more athletic guys on the field for Tennessee's defense, right?
Absolutely. They a couple of our coaches consider us like the most athletic on the field. Like the show ponies, pretty much.
The show ponies?
Yeah.
You guys have T-shirts with that on it yet or not?
Not yet. My coach said he's working on it, but who knows if it actually come in or not.
Talk about the difference between that first spring drills, spring football versus this past spring, and just in your comfort level and kind of knowing what's going on and what to expect.
I think what you said last, what to expect, was the biggest factor for me, because whenever I came in the first spring, everything was new. I'm trying to figure out like classes, like you said, like where to go, like how to really adapt to the environment of college, and along with having to deal with football and trying to strive and succeed at that level and try and get on the field somehow, to this year where I know what's going on. I'm comfortable here. I know where all my classes are. I know how all this stuff works, and have the ability to know the scheme and really be comfortable in my own skin and like be confident in myself and play the best of my ability pretty much.
Did you put the weight on pretty quickly? Did you get it back on that first spring, or did it take a while?
I put it on pretty quickly from January to March. I put on a decent bit of weight, about 20 pounds. Lost a little bit during spring ball. I had some kind of sickness that affected that, but I put it back on pretty quickly, got up to 235 before fall camp, lost a little bit. And now I'm back up to 240, which is where I want to be.
Two things that I don't think we can ever comprehend as sports fans, and you're living it right now. But number one, just how competitive everything is at a school like Tennessee that expects to contend for SEC championships and expects to contend for college football championships. I mean, describe what it's like every day, whether you're in the weight room or you're on the practice field or you're in off season. Everybody just pushing, themselves because it's very competitive, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's about the highest level of competition that you can probably think of. Like you said, everyday life, like weight room, off-season training, like it's always a competition. You're always trying to fight to take somebody's spot. I mean, even in the meeting room, like we have tests every Wednesday on the plays, and the guy who doesn't know his stuff, he's not going to play. So you got to be sharp in all aspects of like every format of life in football. And it's so cutthroat. It's such a different mentality from high school to college, and that's one thing that I think kind of hurt me my first spring because I think I'm a nicer guy and like trying to help guys up and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and get to the spring, and it's like that's got to change somehow. Like I've got to really be cutthroat. Like I'm trying to hurt this guy in front of me. He's my teammate, but whenever we're in the practice field, we're enemies right now. And
I mean, can you be mean?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
I've gotten in a couple scraps and during season. Yeah,
I mean, I know your mom and dad, they can't. I mean, your
Yeah.
dad can't be mean to anybody. It's not, if he hit somebody with a pitch back in his days at Mizzou, he probably walked up and apologized, at the play. I don't know if you're wired. Can you get wired that way over the next 4 years?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I want to play here and be successful, that's something that I'm going to have is that killer mentality and be able to turn it off and turn it on. And I think fall camp and season last year really helped me to kind of flip that switch on where I'm pretty cutthroat. Got in a few scraps during camp and during season, but I mean, like I said before, I mean, we're trying to take somebody's job. Like it's pretty much, it's the real world, but we're playing sports. We're having fun, but at the same time, it's a grown man's game.
And you said something important, being able to flip it on when you're out there on the field.
Yes,
you can still be Kellen off the field, the Kellen Lindstrom everybody knows. But and I imagine when you first get there, are there some veteran guys that are kind of trying to push your buttons and test you and see what you're made of?
Oh yeah. Fun fact: our starting left tackle Lance Hurd was really the protagonist and why I got into a couple scraps. And then James Pierce, who got drafted in the first round, he tried to push my buttons a little bit, and I'm not going to put up with any of that stuff. I'm going to hold my ground. That's one thing that I pride myself in, is that I'm not going to back down from anybody. I'm not going to be scared of anybody. Like if you're going to push me, I'm going to push you back.
Gosh, it sounds like you walked into a prison. All the movies you see about the guys saying, don't get pushed around when you come in and everything. And you kind of had to bow up and say, hey, I'm here, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. You can grow up a little bit. You can come in a kid and come back a grown man.
Yeah. The other thing that I wonder about it is like the training table. When you guys go eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you're a guy that when you got there, I'm sure they wanted you to put on weight. Describe what those meals are like for you guys, where you go for them, and what kind of a spread is out there every day for you.
So we have a dining hall called Smokies. It's in the downstairs of our facility. It's where all the student athletes eat breakfast and lunch, but football gets a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's pretty much a buffet that provides anything from carbs, protein, fruit bar, salad bar, smoothie bar. Make your own stations of like stir fry or pasta, and that pretty much goes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dinner, sometimes they spiff it up a little bit, and we'll get steaks and lobsters occasionally, and it's pretty good food.
What could you weigh if you cut loose on that deal?
Well, I'm trying to cut loose on it now. That's
are?
The kicker. Yeah, it's
been hard to stay on you, or what happens? Is it the metabolism?
Yeah, I have a metabolism that my dad does not. He always gives me crap. He's like, I don't know what's wrong with you. I was able to put weight on pretty easily, but you can't put any on. I'm doing my best. I come home and I meal prep and I eat about 5 meals a day, drink a bunch of protein shakes, and I'm still teetering where I was before. It doesn't make much sense to me.
God, I think every fat guy hates you right now too. You talking about that, and I think you almost kind of called your dad fat in a little bit, in a way there.
Hey,
You
his
want to
words, not mine.
apologize, or did you really kind of mean to fire that shot?
It's his words, not mine. I mean, it's nothing offensive.
Was there a moment that first spring where, and I'm sure with anybody that goes into that situation from Springfield Glendale High School to the SEC, where you're kind of like, what am I doing here? Can I do this? Do I belong? Was there a moment or a defining moment where you kind of said, hey, I got this? And what was that, if there was?
I felt like I had a pretty decent spring last year. I don't know if there was an exact defining moment that said that, but just being able to slowly progress myself physically and mentally and like learn what's going on and just keep building day by day and getting better and better, where I felt like, okay, I can do this by the end of the spring. Like I might have a shot of playing. And of course that kind of short-lived, but it's a constant confidence battle. I think that's the biggest thing that is a difference from high school to college. Is like in high school, you're always being told how good of a job you're doing and like, oh, that's great play, like great job, Kellen, all that stuff. In college, it's not much of that. It's you're going to get cussed out all the time. You're not going to get too many compliments. I got threatened by our defensive line coach my first spring that he was going to send me on a flight straight back home to Springfield, Missouri, like my 5th practice in. And I'm like, okay, this is different. I gotta figure this out.
And the irony of that is these are the guys that are kissing your butt for 2 and 3 years. Mm-hmm. Telling you how great you can be in the program, just getting you to try to sign on that dotted line. That flips pretty quickly, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, it really does. It's all roses and butterflies during recruiting. They're just trying to get you in the door and tell you how good, like you said, how good you are, and you're going to be great for the program. Well, yeah, we're going to be walking you on that stage on the draft, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then you get there, and it's like, okay, now you're here. Let's go to work. Like I'm going to coach you hard like everybody else. And that's one thing that I do appreciate from Coach G, who's our defensive line coach, is that he treats everybody the same on the field. And he always tells us bottom of his heart that he loves us to death. Like we're his sons. And it's the truth. He truly has our best interests involved in everything he does. And, more than just being a good football player, he wants to make us into the best man that we can be, the best husband, the best father that anybody can be.
We had a great season. The Vols did 10-3, finished 3rd in the SEC. Lose to Ohio State in the first round of the playoffs, 42-17. Game was closer than that. You got away from him early in that one, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It's in today's world, if you're a red shirt or they intend to red shirt you, do you still dress and travel and get to go to every game, or how do they handle that?
So we have a travel squad and like a travel limit. So the SEC away games, I believe they travel 70, and for non-conference away games, they travel closer to 80. But for the Ohio State game and all postseason playoff games, bowl games, all that stuff, everybody gets to travel, everybody gets to dress. So being there at Ohio State was a very surreal experience for me, I'd say. I mean, I knew most likely I'm not going to get into play, but just being there and being able to have an experience of being in the college football playoffs and being in such an iconic place of Ohio State, which we don't like now, it was a very, very cool experience for me.
And so you didn't travel for SEC away games, right?
No, sir.
What was that like on a weekend? Was it tough to sit at home and watch it on TV or back in Knoxville, or how'd you handle those days?
Those are unbelievably hard, to be honest with you. All my life I've played, especially in football. It's always been something where I've played every single game that I've ever been involved with. I played every game, every snap of varsity ball in high school. And you come at this level and you think you're going to go in and play and it's going to be all great and you're going to pretty much walk in the door and own it, to getting a smack in the face. You check the roster chart and you're like, oh, I'm not traveling. Like, what am I going to do? Like, it's something that I don't want to experience again, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm doing everything that I can to never let that happen.
And maybe that's part of why they do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to sit at home for another fall when they're out having fun on the road.
Absolutely.
Well, I know, didn't you grow up an OU fan?
I grew up a Mizzou fan.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Because we talked about OU last time a little bit. They did go in there and convince Jackson Arnold to fumble to him 2 or 3 times. And and I actually went to that game and heard Rocky Top 750 times in the first half, with the band 7 seats over from my seats there.
Yeah.
I assume now you know all the words to Rocky Top.
I do. Yeah. It's a great song, isn't it?
How many times you hear it in your home stadium there if Tennessee comes in and plays well. You mentioned James Pierce Jr., first-round draft pick of the Falcons this past April. Mm-hmm. Did you learn a lot watching him, and was he a help to you to prepare for your career?
He was a help to me. Although we butted heads at times, just watching his play and like watching him in the meeting room and how he was able to break down an offense and know everything that the defense is supposed to do, like all the way from the free safety to the defensive tackle. He knew it all. And just seeing the knowledge that he had, the football knowledge, it made me kind of realize like this is the expectation of what Tennessee football is. This is exactly who I need to be like in the meeting room, how he played on the field, just ruthless. It was a great example for me to look up to.
Coach Heupel, tell us about him and you know, as a defender, I mean, is he involved with talking to all of you? Do you get to speak to him much? Does he, if you walk by, does he go, "Hey, Kellen"? Tell us about Coach Heupel and what that's like.
He's a very personable coach. I love Hype. He's awesome. He's always some guy that you can go and walk up to and have a conversation with, like, how's your family, everybody doing back home, that kind of thing. Like, you can talk to him beyond football on a deeper level, and that's kind of the environment that he has in the culture and the team. Just very open and very family based. A lot of schools say it's all about family, but here it truly is about family. He truly cares for you. He truly loves you as his own son. And he's a great role model for anybody to look up to, especially playing for him.
Of course, you know, we talk about the 10-3 season and Tennessee's taken some body blows this offseason with the predictions and all that. I've seen anywhere from 4th or 5th to 9th or 10th in the various magazines. A lot of that, I'm sure, triggered by the departure of Nico, and I can't pronounce his last name, Amalieva. Is that right?
It's been a while since I've pronounced it. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it became I'm a leaving, you know, because he left and went to, I believe, UCLA. Is that where he wound up?
UCLA, yes, sir.
UCLA. How did you find out that news? Because, I mean, it came right after spring ball, right? Or right before? I'm trying to remember the timing of that. Right before your spring game, maybe?
Yeah, it came in really the day of the spring game. We kind of found out everything that was going on. Really, Cole Forbacher texted me like, "Hey, Nico wasn't at practice? Why wasn't he at practice?" And I'm with the defense, and I was like, "I thought he was there. I had no idea." And I mean, it's something that I don't believe that we'll ever get the truth for. Of course, there's a bunch of different theories going around in the news about money and all that stuff, but you talk to some of the players on a deeper level, and it's you get many different stories, and you really don't know the truth. But I wish him best. He was a great guy. He was really good to me. So wish nothing but the best for him. Hope he has a great career.
And you guys effectively swapped quarterbacks, didn't you? Didn't UCLA quarterback come to Tennessee?
Yeah, Joey Aguilar. He came in. He came in June, I believe, whenever we reported back for summer training.
Is it possible that the Tennessee is actually maybe a little under the radar? And are you guys kind of liking that this year?
I believe so. I believe we are. I believe we have a good quarterback room. We've got 2 or 3 really good quarterbacks that can play. And Coach Heupel said in the SEC media day yesterday, or the kickoff, that it's going to be a good competition between the 3 in camp. We have a very, very solid defense, same as last year. We have a lot of experienced guys and also a lot of young, talented guys that are coming up that are going to make a big impact. And I believe we should be a very solid team.
Of course, Nico, part of the whole new infrastructure with NIL and transfer portal and all that. Did you have people kind of sniffing around you after the first year to see if you were happy? Does that go on?
I didn't really experience much of that, which I'm kind of happy with. During the recruiting process, I kind of simmered everything down and told a bunch of the coaches that I was limiting down my list. And I'm pretty fortunate that I didn't get many calls reaching out. I'm very happy where I'm at. And it's a crazy world we live in college football right now.
Well, as I say, revenue sharing, I'm sure Tennessee is participating in that. Mm-hmm. Your world changed probably back on July 1. Mm-hmm. Did you ever think you would, in effect, get a salary, so to speak, to play college football?
I don't believe all that hits until after next season.
Oh, after next season.
Yeah, okay. I think it got passed where every NIL deal you have to go through has to go through a certain format and have like a fair share, fair deal, something like that. So the July 1 was kind of like the deadline for everybody to get the rest of their contracts paid, I believe. I'm not too sure on all the details, but really in all this stuff, I'm not trying to pay attention to all that and focus on getting on the field, and that'll all take care of itself. I know God's got me, and whatever he does and whatever path he takes me is going to be the right one for me.
Most important question of the interview: are you in NCAA 26 in the game?
I am in the game.
Yeah. Do you have a copy yet or not?
My PlayStation broke not too long ago, so I've got to try and get that fixed before I get a copy. I have a code to get in the game, but
so you've not played as Kellen Lindstrom yet?
I have not. I didn't play last year either. I'm not big into video games.
You're not? So I mean, are you curious about what your ratings are on there?
I have friends that send me pictures of it, so I get to kind of see from what they send me, like, oh hey, this. Like, oh, yeah, we play with you all the time, that kind of thing. I'm like, well, I don't know why you'd play with me. I wasn't ranked very high last year. I'm going to play with James Pierce.
How are your rankings? What do they say?
I have no idea for this year, but last year I was, I think it was a 69 overall, but they listed me as like a quick developer, whatever that means. So I guess I improved quickly. I don't know. I'm not big in the video game, so I don't.
Yeah, wow, you're a rare breed then in today's. Yeah, my son has the game, and he's already played as Missouri State with Cole Forbacher and Ramon Green.
Yeah,
it's, I guess he'll have to add Kellen on Tennessee. He'll get back with you on your ratings and stuff there. But what does your situation look like this fall? Playing time? Who's ahead of you? Where are you in your mind on the depth chart?
I believe that I have a very good chance of being in the rotation and hopefully playing. Our starter is going to be a senior, Joshua Joseph. He's a player that I thought could have gone to the draft last year. He got picked up and signed, but he came back for his 4th year. A very, very good player, all-around player, plays the run and pass very effectively. Junior, Caleb Herring. He's also a very good player. And then sophomore, Jordan Ross, he's a good player as well. So the goal is to be the 4th-string guy because we travel with 4, and 4 gets in the rotation. Like my goal is to get 5, 10, 15 snaps a game, I feel like that'd be a very reasonable goal, as well as getting on some type of special teams. That way I'm for sure getting on the bus, and whatever else comes from extra from that. I mean, that's great. But biggest goal for me is getting on the bus right now. And I need to going to have a very good camp and solidify that position and hope. Yeah.
Well, I know Tennessee is one of those that kind of treats defensive up front like a hockey team, don't they, with the line changes and that's a good thing for a guy like you that, and it sounds like they kind of stack by class, don't they? That okay, next year you're up one more rung unless you pass a couple of guys and in that rotation, right?
Yeah, that's at my position. That's the way it seems. Yes.
Okay. Um, Last year, like we said, 10-3. What do you think this team's capable of this season? I know that there's a pretty good test. I think on the third week, does Georgia come in to Knoxville? Then I think.
Mm-hmm. I haven't really thought about that too much. My mentality has always been take it one game at a time and one day at a time. So in my mind, I'm focusing on Thursday's workout tomorrow morning and going after that and attacking it and taking it as the best of my ability and get the most out of it. And just trying to take advantage of the remaining couple days of workouts before fall camp starts and focus on Syracuse week 1.
What have you figured out to do since you don't play video games in your spare time there in Knoxville? Have you found some fun stuff you like to do?
Well, we're really in the facility most of the day, and we have extra workouts that happen at 4 p.m. So I'll go get those extra workouts in, go get something to eat, come back home, eat my food, and watch a little TV and be in bed by 8. I don't really do much other than football and school, to be honest. I take that back. I play a lot of golf.
Are you good?
I shot an 86 the other day, so I'm not too bad, but it's fun to get out and play on the weekends with teammates. I played with Joey a couple weeks ago, and he's a great guy and just nice team bonding, and have a good time. Golf is very relaxing. It's a nice getaway.
What's your strength and your weakness in golf?
Well, I hit the ball really far. Don't really know the direction it goes, but my short game is definitely my weakness, in particular putting.
Do you miss baseball at all? I know that was kind of your life growing up, and used to see you out on the travel fields, and of course, great run with Glendale baseball. Missed your senior season of baseball to go to Tennessee. Do you miss the sport?
I do every now and then. Whenever I come home, I guess now since Psy closed down, I can't really go to Psy anymore, but I'd run down to Psy with my dad and play catch and hit a little bit. And I mean, my sister's always down there, so I'll just kind of piggyback on her lesson, pretty much crash it. But I do miss baseball sometimes. I watched a little bit of Tennessee baseball play and made me miss it, that's for sure.
Two-sport athlete, Kellen Lindstrom, football, baseball. Is that coming next or not?
Probably
Tennessee?
Not. Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
Tell us about Peyton and her career. What grade is she going into now? And I know she's quite the softball player.
She's going into her junior year, so the most important year for her as far as recruiting wise goes. She's a part of the Louisville Slugger travel softball team. So I believe her and my dad are actually in St. Louis right now in a tournament. They got back from the 4th of July week actually. They were in Colorado, and I believe next weekend they go down or go up to Indianapolis to play in a big tournament. She's been getting some attention from schools and hoping that whenever her junior year comes around, she can get on a couple visits and solidify something that she can go play somewhere. I think she's a very, very good athlete and very talented. Might be more athletic than me. We'll find out, but she's doing well. She's doing real well with softball right now.
Well, I didn't want to say that, but 6, 7, 8 years ago, I saw both of you play youth football. And every time I saw her touch the football, she was running down 60 yards for a touchdown. I didn't see you doing that a lot, you know?
No, I was a bigger kid. She was quick. I was more of a lineman type body whenever I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you figured out a major yet? Kind of career path, what you want to do if you don't play football?
I was during season. I was a kinesiology major, but I took the intro class to that and realized that this might not be the thing for me if I want to be proficient at football. I'm going to probably have to do something else. So I'm a communications major right now. I'm not too sure what I want to do after college, but I'm 60 out of 120 hours into my degree, 3 semesters in, and very, very far along, hoping to graduate. I think December of 27 is the goal, and get a minor, maybe even double up on a major, but just hoping that I guess, figure out what I want to do. I'm not too sure. I've toyed with the idea of real estate, getting in with my mom, but not too sure.
Insurance?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. That's for Dad.
Yeah, that's for Dad. He's kind of told me not to get into the insurance field. There's nothing wrong with it, but he's like, yeah.
And is Grandpa okay with that?
I'm sure he's okay with that. Yeah. You know, he actually came to the Kent State game. That was really cool that he got to come out and watch. I called him up, and when I found out I was a third string, I was like, hey, so you're coming to the game this week. And he's like, what? Like, I am? I'm like, yeah, you need to come. I'm playing.
That's like a scene out of Rudy.
Yeah.
You know it?
I know. I mean, I was like, you know what? This might be the best opportunity. So, like, this year, he's been talking about coming out to Tennessee, but he won't ever commit to actually going. So I'm like, okay, so either mom or dad is going to take you to Tennessee, and you're gonna watch me play.
Well, good deal.
Yeah,
Kellen, we'll be pulling for you. You said you get to come home here for a couple days before the start.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, enjoy that, and we'll be watching those box scores, looking for those tackles and sacks. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for your time, Kellen. We'll see you later.
All right. See you.
You betcha. Kellen Lindstrom, the former Glendale standout, just one of the good kids out there. I mean, my gosh, kids in bed at 8:00 at night. I want a college student like that. That'd be a great thing. But wish him all the best. And a guy we always wish all the best to is now on with us. He is Miles Thompson, one of our sponsors with Thompson Sales. Miles, how you doing?
I'm good, Scott. I'm driving my car, so I'll try not to promote the body shop here. So.
Yes. Is that a Thompson's vehicle that you're in by chance?
Oh, absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
What are we driving today?
Today I'm having the GMC Hummer SUT truck. Yeah, all electric Hummer. So I like cruising around this thing right now.
Yeah, there you go. Well, tell us about this month. It's a special month in July, always for you guys. 106th anniversary of the Thompson boys been dealing. What's going on at the dealership now?
Oh, well, we're having our big anniversary sale this month. 106 years, family owned and operated in Springfield. So, our only store. So this is our dealership for us. So we enjoy it. We want to celebrate with the employees and all of our past customers this month. So we're having a big sale, doing a lot of promotions, and just promoting a good time at the dealership to buy a car, buy a truck. So so we're sponsoring out at the Price Cutter Charity Championship this week. So we got a bunch of cars out there. A lot of stuff going on, Scott. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, and we had Rob Marsh on last week talking about the big giveaway, the Canyon truck, the raffle that they'll draw on Sunday afternoon, donated by Thompson Sales. You guys, if I remember correctly, didn't you guys get started with that tournament back at its inception in 1990?
Yeah, in 1990, we Cadillac Dealers of the Ozarks was the head sponsor of the Wednesday Pro-Am. So that kind of kicked it off and got that thing going. And that was back when Cadillac supported the golf tournament in our area on these events. Now our market's not small or large enough to do that, so they're not doing it anymore with us. So we're just going to do it ourselves. So we like to do that. I mean, the Price Cutter is a great event. We like support the community and support everything around there. And we all love golf, so it was a perfect fit for us. And being in our anniversary month and everything we got going on, it worked out great with Rob too. So couldn't
Yeah,
be happier with that.
1995 or 1990 version of Miles Thompson at the Price Cutter Charity Championship. That was back when Miles Thompson was a dunking machine at Glendale High School basketball for Mike Keltner. And of course, now the 2025 Miles Thompson, probably not the dunking machine that he was then, right?
Well, yeah, it depends on what size goal. If you're going on a 7-foot goal, I can put on a show for you. But yeah, not anymore, buddy. Not anymore. I mean, I'd
What's
probably hurt myself just picking up a basketball.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. What are the
I
most
won't. I won't.
popular cars at your place now? Because I mean, you've got the Buicks, the GMCs, the Cadillacs. You're driving a Hummer now. What are the things that you're seeing leave the lot most frequently these days?
It's funny. We sell cars to new Buick side from 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds, all the way up to as old as you can get. Buick's changed around a lot. We sell a lot of the new little Buick Envista has been a huge success with us in the last couple of years. Price point on it, the looks, the safety features, under 30 grand. You just don't see that anymore. Our number one vehicle volume wise is the Sierra truck. And, the half-ton Sierras, crew cabs, all the way through the heavy-duty 3/4 tons and 1-ton dualies. That's our top volume vehicle across the board usually every month. And
And
we
I
do a
know
great
that
job with the Sierra truck and GMC build. Yeah.
okay. I know that the end of the month for car dealers is always a busy time, a big time. You guys making a last push. We're closing in on that here the second half of July. The 106th year of Thompson sales. Are there some pretty good deals to be had at the dealership?
Oh yeah. This month we've made all the best deals I can make across the board on everything, just to support the area, our customers, and try to make buy a car at Thompson Sales as easy as possible. So, we welcome everybody. We'll treat you right. We've been doing this a long time, and we want to take care of the buyers and make it.
Looks like we may have lost our connection there with Miles, but again, maybe jumping back on here now. Again, Thompson Sales, 1555 East Independence. Miles, we lost you there for a second. I think you may be taking that Hummer into the off-road mode, so we're going to let you go. And again, thanks for your sponsorship and enjoy the tournament this week.
Hey, Scotty, good to talk to you. I'll see you soon. We got some fantasy football to talk about coming up, buddy.
Absolutely. You bet. Thanks, Miles. Yeah. Miles Thompson of Thompson Sales. Of course, big sports supporters, from the Georgia Third, the late Georgia Third, Lynn, Miles, Tyler, the whole family, just big athletic supporters in the Ozarks. And we appreciate them for supporting this program. I want to thank our other two sponsors as well, Fast Break Sports. They're your home for sports cars and collectibles. They're over there, 3109 South Campbell. If you've got baseball cards, basketball cards you want to protect, they've got the goods over there to keep those things protected, whether it's the nail down clear holders, the boxes to keep cards in. And of course, those guys are really happy because our guest back in November on location there, Wyatt Vincent, and a frequent visitor to the shop, was drafted this week by the New York Mets. So congratulations to Wyatt Vincent from Nixa, and he's getting ready to start his pro baseball career. So we wish him the best as well. And also the Pitch Pizza and Pub over in the Southern Hills Shopping Center, right there in the middle of the center off of East Sunshine. Brian Bevel and his team whips up the best pizzas, their calzones, all their appetizers, including the great smoked wings. It's all good lunch and dinner at the Pitch Pizza and Pub. cold beverages, TVs everywhere. So if you got a sporting event you want to watch with your friends, head on out to the pitch and tell Brian and the folks there we said hello. It's going to do it for this week's edition. Our thanks to Kellen Lindstrom for checking in from Knoxville, Tennessee. We will see you next week on Around the Ozarks Sports Scene.